Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about DSCP. So DSCP is a protocol in which runs on the application layer in networking stack, TCP/IP stack. So we're going to discuss DSCP in detail here. So what is DSCP? Is basically dynamic host configuration protocol. As I've already explained, what is protocol is just a set of rules we define how to communicate over the network. So this protocol is regarding dynamic host configuration, how to dynamically configure a host. There are a set of rules, so that is called as the DSCP protocol. So how it generally works is, let me show some diagram here. So for example, this is your PC1 and we have router. Okay, so here is a LAN interface, L1 I can say. So we can say this just a interface. It could be Ethernet or it could be like wireless interface. So this is LAN interface. Okay, so let's just assume Ethernet. So we have generally four ports on a router, right? In normal router. So let's just assume in one of the port we just plugged a Ethernet wire to our PC. Okay, so that PC will be in the LAN side of the router. Okay, so initially when we plug in, so nothing happens, just a wire is plugged in. So this protocol is generally run in why it's called dynamic, because user doesn't have to involve in this protocol configuration, right? So this is used to configure this host dynamically. So whenever you just plug in, right, so immediately it sends these packets, DSCP packets. So what is the role of DSCP? Because every PC when it got connected to internet, so it requires some IP address to communicate. Okay, so router generally there will be a DSCP daemon. You can assume as a daemon as a server. DSCP server is running inside a router. Generally, it could be anywhere outside of router also, or there will be some DMZ zone where it is running. But let's not worry about that. Let's just assume that DSCP server is running inside router. Its responsibility is to assign IP addresses to all the devices which are connected via Ethernet or via wireless. It should assign IP addresses, right? So this protocol is generally used when we want to get some IP addresses from a router or from a DSCP server. So there are four requests which are handshaked between router and PC. So when we plug in the wire or when we just connect our PC to the router, so initially what PC will do, PC will send one packet DSCP discover. Okay, so let's just assume this is client, this is our server. Okay, DSCP server. So initially DSCP discover will go to the DSCP server and then server will reply back with a packet called DSCP offer. Okay, then this client will request that particular offer which server has sent, and then there will be DSCP acknowledgement from the server side. Okay, so these are the four-way handshake generally term is used in DSCP. So what DSCP discover is made of? DSCP discover is nothing but a broadcast packet. So it will go to all the networks in the LAN. It won't go beyond LAN, but it will go all the networks because broadcast address I have earlier also explained. This is all 255 to 55. So all the IP addresses in this range. Okay, so all this 8 byte, all this 8 byte, all this 8 byte, so it will go to all the basically uh, so 255 address, if there is any packet with destination address of this, so it can be accepted at any network. Okay, at any network address in the LAN, it should be in the LAN. So router, there might be some other interface in the router which is running on different network address, so it will even go to that network address also. Okay, so that's the basic idea to send, because we don't have IP addresses, right? We don't have source IP address, we don't know how to where to send the packet, so we send it to all the interface. So the idea of DSCP discover is we are trying to discover a server in our LAN. So that's how we send this DSCP discover packet. Then if there is any server, so for example, let's assume there are two servers in the LAN. So PC1 sends request to router has two daemons running, or we can say there are some other PC connected to router which is running this DHCP server. So if there are two PCs and one of whichever replies first, right? First in, this is a first in first out method. Whichever replies first, this client will respond to that server. Okay, we are asking for IP addresses, and one of the server will reply with DHCP offer. It will offer some IP address to a client. So then the client will eventually ask for the same IP address which the first server offered, and then the server will eventually go with acknowledgement, acknowledging the IP address. Okay, so this is the basic idea of a four-way handshake in DHCP. So at the last of DHCP ACK, we will be having one IP address assigned to our interface, okay, for from which we send the packet. Okay, this is the how IPs are assigned generally in DHCP protocol. So in DHCP request offer, this all packets are generally because we are sending first time, we have not configured IP address right yet. But if we have already configured, so how to check if we have already configured, right? So whenever a server replies with some IP address, so here is the router, right? Here are, for example, three PCs, PC1, PC2, and PC3. Okay, so when router gives IP to all these PCs, so it maintains a table. Okay, it's not a table kind of, it's generally file, we can say, because it's generally on the hard drive, or it's not in the RAM. This file is generally called as a DHCP leases. Okay, so leases means every one of this PC take DHCP, take IP addresses on lease. So lease means there are some time bounds. Lease means like we have some bounded, right? Lease means so we have time bounded thing. Okay, so how time bound? So there is some set of predefined time which is like 720 minutes or something. I'm not sure the exact number, but there is some time defined. When we take IP, server will give IP for that particular minutes. Okay, so this DHCP lease will mention which IP address it gave to which PC. So how to identify PC at layer 2 is the MAC address. So it will take the MAC address and IP address mapping, and here is the time, 720 minutes or something. Okay, it could be some anything else also, but in general it's I think around the 720 number. So this all these PCs, so they will have PC1 MAC will be here, PC2 MAC will be here, and along with IP addresses assigned by router to that PC will be here. Okay, so these all DHCP leases file will be there. So this time bound, so what's the responsibility of client in this case? So server will only maintain this table for that particular client only till this time. So what's the idea for the client is, client has to renew the IP address from the server before this time elapse, right? So what client generally does is, there is a DHCP renew packets are there. The client generally sends before expiry of this time, so it's ask for renew, so it will give the renew, and again it resets this counter. Okay, so even after before expiry, for example, at 700 minutes you ask for renew, and it will again reset this counter for 720 more minutes. So that's how it works. So DHCP renew packet is generally used, and this is just a file. It generally maintains all the entry. So if you connect before this time, right, that's also could be the scenario, right? You have taken IP address from router, so router maintains this table, and you're disconnected from router, right? It could be your phone also, you turn off the Wi-Fi, right? So how that works in the scenario is, when you reconnect to the router just check your MAC address in this file. Okay, if your lease is available, it will give you the same IP. So in that scenario, your machine also, your mobile or your PC which still has lease pending, it won't send these two packets, DHCP discover and offer, because router doesn't have to offer anything, it has already given the IP, right? So your PC will just ask for DHCP request. So what your PC will ask, the same IP. Okay, in your PC also stores this IP address in your local storage, and then PC will the router will only acknowledge, because the router knows like you have already this IP and lease is pending. Take the same IP. It won't do this four-way handshake. There will be two-way handshake involved if you are just connecting again. Okay, so this is how DHCP works in practical. So as you have like understood, so this is just a basic flow of DHCP four-way handshake. So we'll see this in action also. Let's just analyze what are those packets, and what are the fields in packet we need to be take care of. Okay, So let me just connect this PC to a. Let me first, as we have already know like how to see the packet capture. So we are going to just start packet capturing on Wi-Fi interface, wireless interface. Okay, so packet capturing has already started. So let me just connect generate a hotspot. So I have started hotspot, and let me just connect my computer to a mobile. Okay, so it is connected. So we have to see here. We can just apply filter also. Uh, we just have to enter DSCP. Yeah, here are those packets. So as you can see, so these are the four packets I generally transfer: DSCP discover, DSCP offer, DSCP request. So I just connected my PC to my mobile hotspot. So we can see these four packets. So first packet is DSCP discover. Let's look into this. So frame bytes are these. Okay. So as we are looking into the DSCP packet, and one more thing, this runs on the UDP protocol. This is not a TCP handshake because we don't have anything because we are just discovering it, right? We don't know whether server is existed or not. We just have to broadcast. We have to throw the packets over the network, even if we don't get any acknowledgement. That's fine for us. This is the DSCP protocol application layer. This is the DSCP header information. Okay, so the main information which we are looking here is this is our MAC address. We obviously give our MAC address to the server, and you can see here 00. Next IP address, your client IP, everything is 00 because we don't know what is the our IP, right? We don't know. We're just trying to find out our IP. We're trying to acquire the IP. So this will be completely broadcasted here. If you see the IP header also, so in this, you will see source address will be 00 because we don't know. It is a default address, and 255 is our destination, which is a broadcast address, right? Which I have just explained. And so these are the fields in. So these are the important fields. Next server IP address. You will see this entry of our my mobile's hotspot IP. You will see in the later packets, not here. Once it replies, so these are the options in DSCP packets. Okay. Let's just see the next one, DSCP offer, which came from server. So this is my server's IP 172.20.10.1. This is my mobile's IP, and it will basically, here you can see there are 2 3 fields I want to explain to you. Okay, so here why there is a IP. Okay, there is one more reason because I have already previously connected my mobile to, so it knows like these. Okay, so in this, if you see your client IP address, so it's generally trying to offer a client IP address to my laptop, and next server IP address is nothing but the server address. So there could be many servers sending this DSCP offer, right? Because I said in the network, whoever how many servers are there, it doesn't matter. They all will send DSCP offers, but this is a first come first serve mechanism. So whoever sends first will be acknowledged. Whoever sends first doesn't matter. Whoever like client, whoever is the packet got first, they will get the accepted. So as you can see, next server IP address is your client IP address. So server is saying DSP server is basically saying I can assign this IP to this PC. So and this is the message type offer. Okay, now if we see request, so request is also like a source address is 00 because we don't know our IP still. We are still trying to request the server. So in the request, we will ask a requested IP address. Here we will mention which IP we want to request. So we, because server offered us this 14 IP, we want to request for the same. Okay, so this is the field we just enter, and here also other thing is 00 because we don't know anything still. We just mention this is our requested IP address, but this time basically, yeah, DHCP server identifier. So this is the field how they will identify the server, because in the IPv4 packet also we are not mentioning destination address. This is also broadcasted, but this field is set. We are, if there are many servers on the network, DHCP servers, but this will be received by this particular server only, because we are setting the server identifier. Okay, then eventually it will go to the DHCP ACK, and the server will respond. Server will acknowledge the IP address, your client IP address, and it eventually will be given to that interface. This is how a four-way handshake of DSCP works. So this is basic idea behind the DSCP, how the IPs are generally assigned to an interface. So this is a four-way handshake, as I've explained. The first packet is a broadcast packet. So we are trying to find the server, and everything is 0 in this field. And in the DSCP header, we are seeing that client IP address server offered is 14, and here also we can see type message is offer, and then we are requesting the same IP. We are requested IP address we set to the same IP address, and DCP acknowledge with the our IP. Okay, client IP address. So we got the IP after these four mentioned. So I hope you got the idea behind this DSCP protocol. So that's all I wanted to explain in this video. We'll see a lot more in detail in later videos as it goes on. Thank you all for watching.